you want to be? Anyone? What about you? And you over there, what do you want to be? You don't need to answer that loud. Is it just me, or this is a very adult thing to ask? We walk around asking young people this question like it's completely normal. So, what do you want to be? How many of you have been already asked that question? Great. Now another one. How many of you were completely honest when you answered that? Exactly. Because apparently at 14 or 15, you're supposed to know what you'd be doing for the next 50 years. And if you don't, there must be something wrong with you. But listen carefully to that question. What do you want to be? Not when, not for now, not as a first step, just be, as if it is supposed to be permanent. That question sounds innocent, but it carries a dangerous assumption that you are already supposed to know. You don't. And that's what I want to talk about today. You don't need to know who you are yet. Before I move on, I want to show you something, but think with me for a moment. Let's go a bit back in time and think about your great-grandparents, your grandparents, and your parents' working life. How many jobs do you think they had? 1? 2? More? Most of the time it wasn't many. For example, in my family, my great-grandmother didn't have a job. She was a stay-at-home mom, and that's the equivalent of minimum 3 full-time jobs. But that's the subject of another TED Talk, probably. So going back to my story, my great-grandmother didn't have a career. My grandmother had only one job for her entire life. My mom, until she was 55, she had only one job, and only then she changed to something completely different. Me? At 27, I was already in my 3rd corporate job. Now let me ask you something else. How about you? How many times do you think you will change jobs or careers in your lifetime? 5? 7? More? Let me show you. Going back again a bit in the history, our great-grandparents or your great-grandparents had on average 1 to 1.5 jobs. Your grandparents had on average 2 to 3 jobs. That's at the best. Your parents had or will have on average 4 to 5 jobs. But most people today, including your generation, are expected to change jobs or careers 7 to 11 times in their lifetime. Reinventing yourself at 30, 40, 50, or even later is no longer a sign that something went wrong. It's the new normal. Yet, you are being pushed to define yourself before you even explored what's possible. That's not guidance. That's pressure. Let me add one more layer to this. 30, 40, 50 years ago, life didn't just look different. It worked differently. People lived near to where they were born. They worked near their home. They knew the rules early. Education led to one profession. That profession led to one employer. That employer led to one life. And here's the important part. This isn't because people were braver or more disciplined or more figured it out. It's because the world rewarded certainty. If you stayed, you were safe. If you left, you're risky. Today, the rules have flipped. The world no longer rewards staying still. It rewards moving, learning, adapting. Yet, we keep asking you questions for a world that no longer exists. Questions built for straight lines in a world that now moves in curves. I have another question for you. I'm going to ask you to raise your hand and hold it for a moment. If you're a student between 16 and 20 or even older, and if you ever felt stressed because family or society expects you to figure out your future. Now, please look around. Just turn and look around. What you see here is not a personal failure. This is a shared experience. You are growing up in the most fluid world humanity has ever known. Yet, you are being pushed to define yourself as if life was a straight line. No wonder the feeling of being behind starts so early. Before, comparison had limits. It happened in small groups, in classrooms, among people your age, in your own small world. Today, comparison has no boundaries. It's everywhere. It's online, it follows you home, it lives in your pocket, it shows up at night when you're tired, alone, or bored. Am I right? Let's try something fun. If you ever looked at someone online and you compared yourself to, and you felt that you are either not good enough, not smart enough, not beautiful enough, not successful enough, or you felt that you're already behind, please give it with me a strong round of applause. That sound, that's not insecurity. That's being human in 2026. Because what you're really comparing isn't success. You are comparing your raw, unedited life with someone else's highlight reel. Their wins, their confidence, their best angles. You never see the drafts, the dubs, the days where they almost quit. And while you are still growing, you are judging yourself as if the building phase should be already over. But growth was never meant to be performed. It doesn't happen in public. It doesn't happen perfectly. It doesn't happen in straight lines. Growth happens quietly, messily, most of the times painfully. In drafts, no one applauds. And every person you admire online or in the world out there was once in a chapter they will never post. Now, let me tell you a little bit of my personal story. When I was little, I wanted to become a policewoman. Not because it sounded impressive, but because I wanted to protect people. Unfortunately, few years down the road, a life-threatening health condition closed that door for me. I didn't just lose a dream, I lost a version of myself I thought I'm supposed to become. So I chose another dream, doctor, then lawyer. Every time I told myself, this is it, now I know. I never did. And guess where I ended up? I entered finance, corporate world, offices, deadlines, systems. Later, I became co-founder in a fintech startup. Did I know what I was doing? No. Do I know now? Also no. Because what kept me moving was never certainty. It was curiosity. And now, looking back, I see this clearly. Every turn, every doubt, every change brought me exactly where I needed to be. Not only here on this red dot today, but here in my life. And the reason why I'm telling you my personal story is because I want you to normalize that identity is not something you decide once. It emerges while you move. In a fast-changing world, certainty is fragile. Adaptability is not. An identity was never meant to be chosen once. It's shaped by what you try, what you fail at, what surprises you. And the people who thrive in this world are not those who knew everything early or who know everything now, are the ones who stayed open. So if your life feels a bit messier right now, or you feel you're a little behind comparing to your friends or classmates, that's amazing. It means you're still moving and you're still growing. And this is what matters at the end of the day. Now, before we finish, I want us to do a small exercise together. It's a very powerful exercise that I wish I had someone when I was your age to teach me how to do it. So if you ever in your life felt lost, scared, unsure, or a little behind, whether that was once, many times, or even right now, please put your hand on your chest and try to feel your heartbeat. Then close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. Good. Please stay with that feeling for a moment. You're allowed to be here. What you're feeling, this is not insecurity. This is possibility. And I want you to make friends with this feeling. I want you to embrace it. I want you to trust it and let it guide you in every single step that you take next in your life. You can open your eyes. And you can repeat this exercise whenever you feel that stress is taking over or fear is taking over your life. Before I move on with my final part, there is one thing I hope you take with you today. Actually, 3 small ones. First, replace pressure with curiosity. You don't need a lifelong plan. You need your next honest step. Second, stop comparing timelines. There is no universal schedule for becoming, and your pace, it's allowed to be yours. Third, and this matters, next time when someone asks you, what do you want to be? Try answering. I'm really excited to find out. I'm learning. I'm exploring. I'm trying. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not lost. You don't need to know who you are yet. You just need to keep becoming. Thank you.